Hello, it is August the 11th and in Tombstone today it is the Doc Holliday weekend, and we hope to have, we were going to have Val Kilmer, but Dennis Quaid is here. I've seen him already, and maybe we'll have one or two other little surprises as well, who knows, including Kevin Costner. Personally, I'm dressed as the Fat Town Councillor today, which is an outfit I absolutely hate, but I thought it would fit in a bit better. And this afternoon, I might just revert to my normal scruffy, dirty, disgusting cowboy image, which I feel a lot more comfortable in because basically I am dirty, scruffy and disgusting. So anyway, all you guys out there in iPhone land, have a nice day, and when you see this, all my best. Cheers. You may remember last year's video of the inaugural Doc Holliday weekend, which was a huge success. Val Kilmer came to town, and must have been thousands of people came into town to watch. Something tells me this isn't going to be so successful this year. You can see by this picture that here we are with the people queuing up, waiting to see the start of the parade, and there isn't nearly the number of people in town as there was last year, but anyway, we'll see how it goes. Here is just a few shots of people assembling before the start of the parade. This is the guy that's going to drive Dennis Quaid's coach. Look as though he's having a sly nip there. A couple of the mounted marshals, I believe. And here we have some of the pirates that were appearing in Bisbee that weekend, and a few more just here. So we find our place in the parade somewhere between the pirates and the Darth Vader lookalikes. Here is our gunfight group assembling. We have an Ike Clanton and a few other people, Chinese people from Chinatown. Where else would Chinese people come from? Now here's a shot I waited maybe half an hour to get. This is Dennis Quaid climbing into his coach, ready to start the parade. And he obviously played Doc Holliday in the Wyatt Earp movie. And I've got a soft spot for Dennis Quaid playing that role. Everyone bangs on about Val Kilmer and whatever, but if you look at Dennis in this movie, I'm sure this is nearer to what Doc really looked like. He lost 40-50 pounds to play this role, and whereas Val Kilmer looks in the peak of health, Doc here, the Dennis Doc, doesn't. He looks like a sick man. Really great performance. And in this shot, this is how I imagine the real Doc Holliday looked. Anyway, let's get back to the parade. Here are our Chinese friends heading off down to Chinatown. Chinatown was at the other end of town, as I may have told you in some of my earlier videos. Well, I'm not quite sure what cars, either old or new, have got to do with the Tombstone Doc Holliday parade, but anyway, the organisers seem to think it's relevant. I'd just like to know if there's a shortage of horses and buggies in Tombstone. I wouldn't have thought so, but obviously the organisers do, so they'd rather have people flashing off their cars. At last, here come the Pirates of the Caribbean, and we, the gunfighters, have to slot in behind them. At this point, I must be honest, I pretty well gave up on the parade or the videoing of it, because firstly, we had to join in, and secondly, behind us there wasn't much that was interesting anyway, so I went to the other end of town, dropped off my guns, and went over to the Tombstone Brewery and spent the rest of the afternoon in there talking to people. Had a really nice time. This is the second day, Sunday. There won't be nearly as many people in town today. but it should still be good. I've thrown another costume on. I had my Fat Town Councillor's outfit on yesterday, but I'm dressed more to my liking today. I'm dressed as a cowboy. Sort of like this. I like posing in front of this piano because it makes me look thinner. Hello, Sophisticates. Let me just talk to you for a minute about political correctness. Now, I was not born into a world of political correctness, nor was I brought up in one. For us, if something was bad, or someone was bad, then you just told them, and everyone reckoned you were doing you were doing them a favour, because they wouldn't be making a mug out of themselves, you know. But it seems that even in Tombstone today, which is as far away from California as I can think, even in Tombstone, the world of political correctness is here. And I'll give you an example. In town there is a very popular bar, and I think it prides itself in being about the best bar for tourists. And their regular weekend singer, musician, always takes August off. And that's unfortunate, because right in the middle of August is Doc Holliday's, one of these big events. And the musician that they booked to take his place, they did it last year as well, it was exactly the same, is probably the worst singer who actually receives money for performing their art, the worst singer that I've ever heard. I don't mind karaoke, you know, if you can't sing with karaoke and it's crap, fine, you go up and do it and everyone, you know, has a laugh. But if you've been paid for it, and if it's a premiere weekend, and the bar is relying on you to, you know, help boost their income and drag in punters, then, well, they really ought to think about the people that they employ. Okay, rant over.